out of my road, nigga.
You got to the count of 5. I need you to deliver a message.
After serving 5 long years, Bone is finally released from prison and needs a place to stay. He goes to Roberto and Tamara's house, who are renting out a room, and 3 young people also live in that house. And the youngest, Jared, always sits near the window watching the street silently. Tamara shows Bone his new room and explains the house rules. And since there are children in the house, Bone must stay away from gangs, guns, fighting, and anything illegal, to which Bone agrees immediately and even pays the rent in advance to make sure he can keep the room.
No gangsters. No guns, no loud music.
This seems like just the kind of place.
I'm not taking a chance on you, am I, Mr. Bone?
In Los Angeles, illegal street fights happen every night, and dozens of people gather to watch fighters beat each other in brutal matches. And even though these fights are against the law, they attract a lot of money. Both the fighters and the people who bet on them can earn huge amounts, making underground fighting a very profitable but extremely dangerous business. There are also many agents in the city whose job is to find strong fighters and bring them into the underground street fights. And among all of them, James is the most powerful and respected, as he controls many fighters, and his main champion is a huge man called Hammerman.
6 on the wall!
Mommy dearest! Here we go. You up next.
Let's get this show on the road.
Next up, we got the man from the Lone Star State. Giddy up, y'all, for the Cowboys! The Hammer Man. You still got one of the hardest hitters in the streets.
Bone tells Pinball that he wants to fight Hammerman, and he even offers him 40% of the money so that Pinball will arrange the match. But Pinball is scared because he has already lost a lot of money in earlier fights, and he does not want to take another risk with a fighter he does not know.
You think I'm gonna put up my own money for a fighter I ain't never seen fight? Shit, you must be smoking that new kind of crack.
20%. Use your own money, you get 40.
So Pinball decides to test Bone's skills first before putting him in a fight against James's strongest champion. And to do this, he goes to another fight agent and places a bet, giving Bone a chance to prove himself in a real street fight. After watching how his opponent moves, Bone prepares for the attack, and with one fast head kick, he knocks the man down effortlessly.
Gather around, everybody. We got one more matchup tonight. Knuckle up! You and me, baby. You and me, partner. No doubt. We going straight for James, because James is the real money around here. Hammerman ain't never put down. That's when your ass come in.
Tell me about the girl.
She's James's girl. That's all the you need to know. She was married, matter of fact, to a man, choir boy. Heard she was pregnant. Took her to a clinic and got that baby. James set him up. Triple homicide, sent his black ass to jail.
The next morning, James is cutting pieces of meat to feed his dogs when Teddy shows him a video of Bone's fight, especially the moment where Bone knocks out his opponent with only one kick. And James is impressed by Bone's power and decides he needs to talk to Pinball about this new fighter. But first, he takes Teddy outside to feed the pit bulls. Suddenly, James orders the dogs to attack Teddy, and Teddy panics thinking he will be ripped apart. But James never lets go of the dogs' collars, and he only did it to scare him and show dominance. Later that afternoon, Bone is calmly playing chess with Roberto on the porch, and he wins the match and collects the small bet money just as Pinball drives up and calls out for him.
Time to go, partner!
It's checkmate.
I play 4 moves ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I approve of the company you keep, Mr. Bone.
Me neither.
And the winner is... Shut up! Don't get on the bad side, homies.
After the fight, Pinball approaches Tattoo, the agent known for having the best fighters in the area, and Pinball excitedly tells him he has discovered a new star and bets $5,000 on Bone. And this time, Bone must face a fighter called Gold Teeth.
He's got to put it all up against the man with the golden grill.
You guys ready? 2 at a time! Pay me, Tattoo!
Wait. What'd you say? 2 at a time? Carlos, Manuel.
Hold on! Wait a minute!
Double or nothing.
No, Bone. He owes us money.
You said this motherfucker was a beginner.
Time to pay up.
Come and get it.
Call me.
You just took out the whole village. Hook his hand! Break him off! I love you, B. But, no, I don't mean that in a homosexual, like I'm trying to get with you kind of way.
When Bone comes home very late, Tamara immediately notices something is wrong, and she sees a cut on his forehead and blood on his shirt. Bone asks her why she is awake at such a late hour, and Tamara explains that she has to get up early every morning to prepare breakfast for the children before she leaves for work. And even though these kids are not her biological children, she tries her best to raise them with love and discipline so they do not fall into bad habits or become lost in the world. Bone then asks her why Jared, the youngest boy in the house, is always sitting by the window, and Tamara sadly reveals that Jared has been living with her for a year, and he spends every day staring outside because he is waiting for his parents to come back for him. Tamara does not know where his mother is, but she knows that Jared's father is in jail, and the boy keeps hoping someone will return for him, even though no one knows if that will ever happen. Later in the afternoon, Tamara looks out the window and sees Bone peacefully teaching Jared some fighting moves, and the sight makes her genuinely happy because she can see a bond forming between the tough fighter and the lonely little boy. As usual, before Pinball arrives to pick him up for the night's fight, Bone plays a quick game of chess with Roberto, and this time, Roberto wins and Bone accepts the loss with a small smile. Meanwhile, the darker side of the city continues to show itself, and James, who controls many of the fights, keeps frightening and hurting people who cross him. One of his next victims is a woman named Monique, and she is accused by one of James's partners of being dishonest in business, and without giving her a chance to explain or defend herself, James decides she must be punished. As he leaves the scene, James passes by Roberto on the street and notices him staring, and from the look on Roberto's face, James realizes the old man might have witnessed everything that happened. That night, the long-awaited fight between Hammerman and Bone is finally about to take place, and as usual, Hammerman injects himself with substances meant to boost his strength and speed before entering the ring, as he believes these chemicals make him unstoppable.
Coming straight from Skull Island, the Hammer Man! Boom! Where are you? Get the money. Yeah.
Every dog has its day. This is yours, I guess. I never seen anything like that before in my life. Come by my place. Celebrate. We'll be there. Good.
The two men arrive at James's luxurious home, and inside, James introduces Angela to Bone, and she barely looks at him, keeping her distance. But James notices that Bone's eyes keep drifting toward her. While Pinball goes off to get a drink, James calls Bone over and shows him a private room where he practices martial arts, and he explains that he has great respect for real fighters and believes that a warrior's life must be pure, like pure in body and pure in spirit, and that is why he does not drink, smoke, or even swear. James adds that he sees something similar in Bone, a sense of discipline and control that most street fighters lack, and then he proudly shows Bone his expensive collection of swords, each hanging perfectly on the wall. He asks Bone if he knows how to use weapons like these, and Bone calmly admits that he does not use any type of weapon at all, as his skills come entirely from his hands and body.
You ever hear of a man called Franklin McVeigh?
No.
Runs the international fight game for the consortium. They call him Pretty Boy Price. Pound for pound, he is considered the best fighter in the world. I want to do to Franklin McVeigh what you and Pinball did to me.
I'll think about it.
I don't like people that say no to me.
Maybe you should get used to it.
As the meeting ends, James notices Angela searching through a dresser, and he walks over and finds a small bottle, the illegal substance she was desperately looking for. Holding it in his hand, he tells her that if she wants the bottle back, she must do him a favor. And his plan is clear, that he wants Angela to help pressure Bone into accepting the fight, and he wants her to seduce him or trick him emotionally. Angela refuses immediately because she does not want to get involved with Bone, nor does she want to be used as a tool. But James becomes threatening, and his voice hardens, his eyes grow cold, and Angela realizes that denying him could cost her safety or even her life. Terrified and feeling trapped, she finally agrees, and against her will, Angela walks to Bone's room and invites him inside. And when he enters, she pulls out a gun and threatens him, trying to appear fearless, even though her hands shake. But what she sees next freezes her completely. Bone quietly reaches into his pocket and takes out a photo, and he holds it up and tells her that in his final breath, her husband asked Bone to take care of his wife and son. And when Angela sees the picture of her family, old memories come rushing back, and she becomes overwhelmed and nearly collapses from the shock.
He was my friend.
Checkmate. That's my family. My wife and my son.
Is this the woman that Danny cried over and begged me to look after as he was dying?
The whole reason I'm in this shit is because of Danny and my son.
I always hoped he'd get tired of me and let me go. But that's all just a pipe dream.
Your son is alive, and I know where he is. So I think I'm gonna like this organization.
It feels good to make love to a real man.
Get your stuff together. You're going with Bone for a while.
The next morning, James visits Franklin's mansion and offers $5 million to arrange Bone's fight with Price. And after a tense discussion, Franklin agrees. But he warns James that if Bone disappoints him, James will be sent back to the slums, and Franklin's men will stay in James's house until the fight day.
I'll stick my neck out and vouch for you. But if you let me down in front of my people, life will become very lonely for you out there on those streets.
Late that night, Bone returns home and finds Roberto dead, his body torn apart by 2 pit bulls, and police are everywhere. Bone runs to Tamara's room, and she tells him what happened, and Bone comforts her, and they end up sleeping together.
Come on, baby, let's go.
What are you doing here?
The fight.
But I never said I would fight.
Excuse me.
I want you to take this money, take the kids, and check into a hotel.
James orders Teddy to activate their team of eliminators in 15 minutes. Hammer goes after Pinball and beats him, trying to force him to reveal where Bone is. But Pinball stays silent, and minutes later, Bone himself shows up and steals a gun from one of the attackers as a shootout starts.
You want to talk about it here or down at the police station?
I seen that girl y'all was talking about at the intersection. She in there.
Angela, come on, get up.
What's up, bitches?
Bone?
Now I'm coming for you.
He wants us to follow him.
And I think I know where.
Wanting to trap Bone, James sends his location and rushes to Franklin's mansion, where all the rich associates are waiting to watch the fight. When Bone arrives, he breaks into the mansion and is met by the butler, who calmly points a rifle at him and guides him to the courtyard. And there, many armed guards wait ready to eliminate him if needed. But Bone confronts James and accuses him of eliminating Roberto. James does not deny it, as he says Roberto knew too much, so he had to be removed. Bone pushes further and gets James to admit that he set up Danny, causing him to be arrested. And while James is talking, Bone secretly records the confession and sends the video to
I want to
Pinball.
report a possible homicide.
Do you want to change?
For what?
Winner by forfeit. Price.
go down. You go down too.
We'll see.
You knew that boy was here the whole time, long before you ever came and knocked on my door.
I'd like Angela to stay here with Jared after she gets cleaned up. I like to keep my promises. I gotta go.
Give you a lift.
Think I'll walk.
Come on, man.
Got some business to take care of.
I hope you guys enjoyed the recap, and if you did, then be sure to check out other awesome movies and series on the channel. And as always, thank you very much for watching.